So this is my 350Z, and yes, it's convertible, and yes, the back of it does look like that, but it's so much fun. Filming in a bit of a random spot today. It's really hard to find somewhere to film that's not got heaps of cars. Basically that's it. There's just not many quiet roads around New South Wales, it seems, not within like 45 minutes. And also, sorry it's so dirty, I did actually clean it but not managed to get rid of the bug spatter on it, so done a pretty poor job. It's a 2008 350Z. It's got 306 horsepower, 6-speed manual gearbox, rear-wheel drive, all-round Brembo brakes. And under the bonnet is a 3.5 litre V6. Got suspension strut running across there, and it's got a K&N air filter. The boot space isn't too bad. Like if you're going away for the weekend, be enough space. Definitely not going to fit in there, but, and the temporary spare, you'd think they'd be able to fit a larger one in, like a full size, with the amount of space underneath the car, but they didn't. But it's pretty good enough. The seats are really good, and the headrest is so comfy, like it just really sinks in, so good. And usual controls on the steering wheel. It's got cruise control, which is awesome. I really feel you need that in Australia on the highways. And yeah, volume control and everything for the stereo. Stereo is 230 or 40 watt Bose, and so it's, yeah, that comes as standard. So storage wise it's pretty good actually. It doesn't have a glove box, but there's nothing there actually, but there's that tiny little bit of storage there which you could fit some loose change in. At the front you've got here, got the sunnies in there, and then in the center console you've got a couple of cup holder spots, and then another kind of deep-ish bit there. Really awkward to get to, but decent storage space there. We've got the owner's manual and everything, and then you've got another little one up here, and the same again behind the driver's seat, and then you still got cup holders in the doors as well, and then a few other little compartments. It's got the 3 displays up here, battery, oil pressure, and then if I cycle through with this button here, that's obviously the temperature, and then you've got kilometers to date, and then fuel consumption 8.5 kilometers per litre, and I think it's 65 litre tank. I'll have to check that. And then the average speed, and then it's got time, kilometers, and then it's got a stopwatch because it's a track edition. You can time how fast you're going around the track, which I probably never use, and then you can set the RPM. It will give you on the rev counter, just below the rev counter there's an LED, so you can set that to whatever you want. 7,500 is the rev limiter, or red line I should say, and yeah, you can just change that to whatever you want, so then it tells you when to change gear, it lights up. I've just set the RPM LED light to come on at 2,500 RPM, just as an example. So just going to see if I can change at the right time, but I can't really see the LED because the camera's in the way. So well, at least you can see. I can't really drive properly and see it, so but you can see as an example. So why the Nissan 350Z? Well, I've never looked at them and thought, wow, it's such a beautiful car or anything like that. much like the MX-5. It looks so boring and terrible. But obviously there's more to a car than just how it looks, how it makes you feel when you drive, how it sounds, and the whole experience. And I knew the 350Z, like the MX-5, would be an awesome car, handling and to drive, bang for buck. And this is all part of experiencing different cars, because I don't want to be 50 years old and never have experienced or had a list of cars that I had that car, I enjoyed that, I enjoyed that, I enjoyed that. Because the way things are going, most cars will be electric eventually, which I'm not against either, but I just want to have had fun with cars. So this is a starting point, and I thought, as it's not a particularly good looking car either, then it won't be ruined by being in a convertible, and I get to enjoy having a convertible as well, which is really fun. I find driving around in the evening on a warm summer's day is the awesome aspect of a convertible. During the day it's either too cold, or in Australia you get sunburn, you've got to put sunblock on, and that's fine to deal with, but driving around at night with the roof down is so awesome. And it has heated seats and all that anyway, so yeah, so much fun. So you press a button here, foot on the brake and clutch, pull that lever. Passenger seat moves forward, which is pretty big surprise for the passenger when that happens. And there you go, done. It's got a pretty discreet aerial, which is good. Some cars, they're terrible. Generally nowadays they're alright, but yeah. And overall I don't think it looks too bad. I'm glad I got it in black. There's some pretty crazy colours you can get it in, but yeah, black's pretty good. And it's kind of low but not crazy. Why at the back they're so high up, I have no idea. Like, I don't understand. Why would you make, what's that all about? Just to make it easier to get in and out of driveways? Why doesn't it come down lower? I don't know. Maybe I have to do some research on why that is, but